why love hasn't reached you. Yet you've probably asked yourself this question before. Why hasn't love reached me yet? Maybe you've been single for what feels like forever. Or maybe you've been through relationships that left you emptier than before. And sometimes it's easy to believe the problem is you. That you're too old, too inexperienced, too broken, or just unlucky. But here's the truth. Love doesn't follow a clock, and it definitely doesn't hand out prizes for who rushes to the finish line first. Love hasn't reached you yet, not because you're unworthy of it, but because the timing, the people, and the circumstances weren't aligned. Think about it. Would you really want to force love to show up before you or the other person were ready? That kind of love doesn't last. It collapses under its own weight. For those of you who've been single for years, it can feel like a curse. You scroll through social media, see couples posting their highlight reels, and wonder if you missed the train. But love isn't a train. It's not something you miss if you're late. Love is more like a path. Sometimes yours winds longer, sometimes it takes detours, sometimes it's quiet for a while. That doesn't mean you're lost. It means you're still moving toward the kind of love that won't require you to shrink yourself to fit. And for those of you who've been in relationship after relationship, but each one ended up toxic, unbalanced, or simply unfulfilling, it's not that you're broken either. It's that you've been practicing. Every heartbreak, as painful as it is, teaches you what love is not. It sharpens your ability to recognize red flags, to value your boundaries, to finally say, "This is what I deserve, and nothing less." The failed loves weren't punishments. They were rehearsals for the real thing. So what should you do while love hasn't reached you yet? Stop waiting for someone to come and save you. That's the biggest trap. The truth is, nobody completes you. You are already whole, already worthy, already enough. When you build your life around waiting, you hand over your power. But when you build your life around living, exploring your passions, investing in your growth, surrounding yourself with meaningful friendships, love has a way of showing up naturally, like sunlight spilling through a window you forgot you opened. Now, here's where society, and especially social media, makes things harder. We are constantly sold the fantasy of being saved by someone. The perfect meet cute, the soulmate who appears out of nowhere, the happily ever after that erases all loneliness. And phrases like "love comes when you least expect it" get thrown around like they're wisdom. But if you've been genuinely longing for love, those words can feel almost cruel. Because how do you stop expecting something your heart deeply desires? The reality is, this phrase isn't about tricking yourself into not wanting love. It's about living your life so fully that love isn't the only thing holding up your happiness. When you're building joy in your own world, love doesn't feel like a rescue mission anymore. It feels like an addition to something already alive. The same goes for that other phrase we hear all the time. You need to love yourself first. On the surface, it makes sense. But here's the truth. There are people who give love beautifully to others while struggling to give even a fraction of it to themselves. Does that mean they don't deserve love? Absolutely not. Self-love is a process, not a prerequisite exam you need to pass before you're allowed a relationship. What matters more is awareness, knowing your own struggles. Treat. Instead of asking, "Why hasn't love come?" start asking, "How can I love myself better today?" Because the more you learn to treat yourself with patience, respect, and kindness, the higher your standards rise. You stop settling for scraps. You stop letting loneliness push you into the arms of someone who doesn't know how to hold you. And here's something comforting to remember. the love you're craving, that safe, steady, fulfilling love. It takes time because it's rare. It's not supposed to be everywhere. If it was easy, it wouldn't be worth the wait. The fact that it hasn't reached you yet doesn't mean it never will. It means that your story is still unfolding. So whether you've never been in a relationship or you've been in too many that didn't last, your journey isn't behind. It's simply yours. And one day, when love does arrive, it won't feel like something that suddenly appeared out of nowhere. It'll feel like the natural continuation of everything you've been building in yourself all along. Until then, keep walking your path. Keep choosing yourself. Keep being patient with the timing of your life. Because love hasn't forgotten you. It's just preparing to meet you at the right moment, in the right way, with the right person who sees you as you truly are. And when it does, you'll understand why it took its time.